yesterday and the day before. I have been sharing with you that the Fed just flipped crypto, stocks, Bitcoin, and we are about to see some awesome pumpamentals and upside on crypto and possibly stocks at this moment. So, of course, Trump's mandate for his team is to get the US dollar down, weaken the US dollar so that it, with jobs flourishing, income flowing, which would create a inflationary environment, but at least there is money and stimulation in the economy. So are there possibilities of a recession happening at this point in time? Well, in this video, we are going to delve into a couple pieces of content at the moment that are going to tell you possibly not. So welcome back to the Crypto Bliss community. Thank you for being here with me once again. If you did not watch those videos, I'll leave them pinned up in the cards just above for you. So make sure not to miss out, and let's delve right in.
A very big hello to everyone at the Blockworks Digital Assets Summit. It's an honor to speak with you about how the United States is going to dominate crypto and the next generation of financial technologies. And it's not going to be easy, but we're way ahead. Just 2 weeks ago, we hosted the first ever White House Digital Asset Summit, bringing together many of the world's top leaders in crypto for a conversation led by our White House AI and crypto czar, David Sachs, who's a fantastic and very brilliant guy. That same week, I signed an order creating the brand new strategic Bitcoin reserve and a U.S. digital asset stockpile, which will allow the federal government to maximize the value of its holdings instead of foolishly selling them for a fraction of their long-term value, which is exactly what Biden did. He got a fraction of their value. We're ending the last administration's regulatory war on crypto and Bitcoin, and that includes stopping the lawless Operation Choke Point 2.0. Operation Choke Point went beyond regulation, and I mean far beyond. It was a form of lawfare through government weaponization. Frankly, it was a disgrace. But as of January 20th, 2025, all of that is over. I've also called on Congress to pass landmark legislation creating simple, common-sense rules for stablecoins and market structure. With the right legal framework, institutions large and small will be liberated to invest, innovate, and take part in one of the most exciting technological revolutions in modern history. It's so big, it's, I think, as big as you can get. Pioneers like you will be able to improve our banking and payment system and promote greater privacy, safety, security, and wealth for American consumers and businesses alike. You will unleash an explosion of economic growth, and with the dollar-backed stablecoins, you'll help expand the dominance of the U.S. dollar and many, many years to come be at the top, and that's where we want to keep it. We only want to keep it at the top, always. I can already see that the energy and passion of the crypto community is the kind of spirit that built our country, and it is exciting to watch as you invent the future of finance. And right here, it's going to be here in the USA, the good old USA. Together, we will make America the undisputed Bitcoin superpower and the crypto capital of the world. Thank you. Good luck. God bless America.
Well, I think that pretty much sums it. Cheers, I'm out of here. No, I'm just kidding. But you see exactly what it is that I'm saying here right now. There is no more bluffing. There is no more choke point 2.0. There is no more noise. There is no more death traps. XRP was released from the grips of the SEC yesterday. The lawsuit has now been cancelled, done, dusted. There is nothing. Okay. Now, crypto is getting free to grow, just like you can see what Mr. Trump is actually saying here. Stable coins, not CBDCs, stable coins. Like I said in my video, I'll leave it up there. About 200 years ago, Trump spoke about this. About 200 years ago, there was a system that they used to use where there was each bank and institution had their own currency, and they had to trade that against other currencies for their strength. So very interesting. Could be an interesting concept to to work on in this time, this day and age, considering it is a crypto digital version of that back then. However, at this point, I'd like to give you some more evidence that whether you like it or not, whether you are invested in Bitcoin and crypto or not, you have a choice. Today, you have this amount of money. In the next 5 to 10 years, if you just bought small quantities of Bitcoin using my Bybit link down below, you can get yourself up to $30,000 deposit bonus. You can buy yourself some crypto, some Bitcoin on futures, whatever it is you like. Okay. I recommend doing spot, of course, but truly, my beautiful community, what you need to know is that the likelihood of us going any further down in crypto right now is very unlikely. We could, I'm not saying it couldn't, but at this point, we can see here that we're pretty much ranging now on under this level here, and we're waiting for a potential volume move back up to this 96K level. And once we get above that level, my friends, once we get above this level here, that will turn us back into absolute bullish mode. Right now, we're just in a cool off period. It just is what it is. That's how all things in life work. That's how even seasons work. Summer, spring, summer, spring you're planting your seed, you're watering it. Summer, it's hot and raining and there's lots of sunshine and it's growing and blue light waves, etc. And lots of red light waves at night, in the afternoon, early morning, helping it fruit and embody. Then in autumn, the trees' leaves fall off, drop down to the ground and feed it during the winter time when it doesn't really have sun and much water. And then the cycle continues. The same thing happens in all of life's aspects. So I hope that's something that you will take home with you at the end of this video here today. But all I want to share with you is exactly.
I can stand here and I can tell you that I think the price of Bitcoin will go to 13 million over 20 years. I couldn't say that about a security. You have legal immunity to actually express your opinion about a commodity. That makes commodities politically superior, legally superior, ethically superior, financially superior to a non-commodity, to a security. And it's not just a little bit better, it's 100 times better, right? And so Bitcoin is a commodity. Bitcoin is actually the commodity. I studied commodities, and every other commodity can be created with technology, with capital, with know-how. If you were going to take your family's life savings and buy a commodity to hold for 100 years, and you thought about it, would you buy soybeans or corn or oil or natural gas or lumber, coal, silver? Well, no, they're all awful, and you know why they're awful, because it's pretty obvious to you that 100 years ago it was harder to make those things than it is today. And if the price of oil goes to $1,000 a barrel, we're going to frack it, triple frack it, hyper frack it, and we'll drive the price of oil down.
So whether you like it or not, Bitcoin is going to 13 million, Mr. Saylor believes, by about 2035. So that's within the next 10 years, my friend. Okay, I would love to tell you that that is a very, but of course anything in the world could happen. Maybe we reach $13 million in the next cycle. I don't know. But at the end of the day, I do know that I have been Satoshi stacking, and you should be too. And I can tell you right now that as obliterated as my altcoin bags are at this point, I have not sold anything that I have been talking about on my channel, and I haven't actually been accumulating much of them either. I've only been accumulating really the top coins that I have been speaking about on my channel recently and in this community, because those are, of course, right now the safer bets. So Bitcoin being number one, Ethereum, XRP, Cardano, Avalanche, you know, Chainlink. Those are the kinds of coins that you do want to make sure that you are continuing to stack. But Bitcoin should be your that you are putting in. It should be Bitcoin without a doubt. Don't be fooled. That is exactly what I'm doing. I buy stacks of Satoshis at a time. That's just what it is. That's all you need to do is Satoshi stack. So a chart here from plan B really The fact is there has been no real bull market, diverging arithmetic and geometric means, yet no bull market equals no bear market, converging arithmetic and geometric means. So you can see here the geometric mean is the gray line. And as you can see, when it expands, that's when it is in a bull cycle. And when it is decreasing, that is when it is in a bear cycle. It isn't doing anything. Actually, those are really running absolutely parallel to each other. And the last time they did that was around this time. And then all of a sudden you had this massively creatively super. And as you can see in the fear and greed in the that we are on the stock to flow is all the way down here. We are nowhere near enough. So we have a long way to go to get into the yellow, back into the yellow, and then kind of just start to fade away. So at this point, I would not be going anywhere because the Bitcoin bull cycle is actually perfectly on track. Thanks to the Scalping Pro mags, you can see here that the 2027 peak, there was a massive correction here and then a full-on rally up here. But guess what? It was a correction, a pump, a correction, a pump, a sideways movement, a pump, and then a massive correction. So I would not be surprised if we did something of that nature where we pumped up, pulled back hard, pumped up, sideways, last peak up. 250, 300, 350, 400K, somewhere in that region. My target, as you all know, is 300K. What is your target? I would love to know what your Bitcoin target is down in the comments below and by when. Let me know your thoughts. Last thing I want to share with you is actually the crypto market cap on the weekly chart. The MACD is coming to an oversold position. The stochastic is very on the blue line is crossing over. We are making higher lows and higher highs. And on top of it, we are already breaking out of this cup and handle pattern, which we actually are retesting here on this zone here, which is not quite the neckline or the white line, but it's just under it. So could this have been a bear trap? Could this have been a bear trap right here? Possibly. But at the end of the day, if we look at this downward sloping resistance, that's the line that we truly have to get above. So I wouldn't be surprised if we pulled back up here, pulled back down, and then broke out, hit the peak here, pulled back for a bit, and then bust up. The next move is going to be undoubtedly all the way up to the 1.618 Fibonacci, which will take us from a $2.7 trillion market cap today to possibly up to a $5.3 trillion market cap. That is just one move up. We still have, okay, which has happened in every single other historical time on the Fibonacci. We have always reached the top. Okay, so my friends, I just need you to know that we are still very, but it is coming to that point where we're undoubtedly coming to your last opportunity, because the last part of the bull cycle is the fastest part of the bull cycle, okay? And it will literally happen over like 2 to 3 months. 300% pump up in the market cap, maybe 500% at most. Boom. Out, done, boom. Market drops back down to half of that, possibly, okay? Because this cycle undoubtedly is very different to all other cycles now. And the reason for that is firstly, Bitcoin is tracking M2. We're starting to make our way back up here. Now, as you can see, it told us to get the fuck out up here before it crashed. Okay, so we would have saved ourselves if we had known that. And here, because this is a 10-week ahead, okay, you can see that we have bottomed out and we're now making our moves back up. We're going to start climbing, whether you believe it or not, because that's just what has happened in the M2. And the likelihood is that Bitcoin tracks the M2 very closely. Your second reason is, well, Bitcoin actually is officially the #1 asset in this whole world. I don't need to tell you that if you have been subscribed to my Crypto Bliss channel, if you have been showing the community some love and sharing this video with as many people as you possibly can. Because right now, all that you need to know is that if you are investing in cryptocurrency, you are at a very, very good. We will see massive gains. We will see awesome energy. Go and check this video, this video, this video, and this video to go and see your potential gains that you could be making this cycle. Okay. Thanks for being here. I truly appreciate it. And we will see you on the next one.